To start off our city, we need to have a road. Because I want my city to have really tall skyscrapers, I don't want to put the ground too high up on this paper. So I'm going to make a horizon line, or a line dividing the sky and the ground, lower on my paper. I don't need my line to be perfectly straight, and as you draw it, you can take breaks. You don't have to do it all at once. Alright, so that's where my road's going to be, and my buildings are going to be across here. Now, if I want a skyscraper, I need to make a really tall rectangle. And in the city, there's usually lots of skyscrapers. They're not all exactly the same size, though. Some of them are shorter or wider than others. I'm putting them all the way down to the road. I'm not worried about details right now. I'm just making shapes. I think I'm going to put a stop sign right here, and I want to put a stop light right here, because I want other things to show that this is a city and not just a bunch of buildings. So I'm going to leave a space here and then maybe do another building here, and I want it to be tall. But this time, instead of just making a rectangle, I'm going to make it kind of pointed at the top. You need to put at least 3 buildings in your picture. I think I'm actually going to make a smaller, wider building right here. And I'll put my stop sign somewhere in front of the building. Okay, so for the stoplight, stoplight's super simple. I need 3 circles inside of a rectangle, for red, yellow, and green. And I'm going to make a little line for a pole, so it's not just floating in the air. And the stop sign, since I didn't leave space to put it in between the buildings, I'm going to put the stop sign in front of one of the buildings. Now there's a trick to making a stop sign. A stop sign has 8 sides. That's a lot to try and draw at once. So what I like to do is I start off with a square. Once I have the square, and you should draw it lighter than I did. I made it super dark so you can see it on the video. I'm going to draw diagonal lines across each corner. And I'm leaving some space right here so there's a flat spot. Then all I have to do is erase the sides, erase just those little corners, and I have a stop sign. 8 sides. I'm going to make a little line again for the pole. And stop, S-T-O-P. Now I might want to put some cars down here. So I'm not going to draw my stripy line yet. I think I'll do a car or maybe a bus next. Let's do a bus, a big bus. Now any truck or bus, or like you could do a fire truck, you want to start with a rectangle. You can see a whole bunch of stuff behind it though, so I want to get rid of anything that was on the inside of the rectangle. Now if I wanted to make this just a regular truck, I'd add a little square in front. You can also use this if you're doing a school bus. Fire trucks usually are just total flat rectangles though. Now I need wheels. Might do 2 sets. And if I wanted to make it a school bus, I would make a lot of windows. And then a door with 2 sides. And maybe some lights. And then the other way I'll be able to tell this is a school bus is when I color it in, it will be yellow. Other things you can do for cars, I could do a police car, So, or any kind of car. I'm going to start with a trapezoid like that, and then a rectangle underneath. Like that. Then I can make part of this the front windshield of the car. Door for the passenger side. And the back window. Okay. And I need wheels, some lights. And then if I wanted it to be a police car, I could put a rectangle on top with 3 different colors to make it look like it's a siren. You could also not have the back stick out as much. Those cars. Now I'm going to put a dotted line or a straight line down the middle, so the people looking at my picture will know that this is my road. I'm just drawing rectangles. Now that I have some details in front, I'm going to draw details on my buildings now. So maybe, since this one has a fancy top, this can be a hotel. Now the hotel, I'm going to make a real fancy door. It's going to be an archway. It's going to have a little fancy window up top. And since it's a hotel, I should probably do square windows. Most skyscrapers have lots of windows in them. Maybe up here I'll make the top fancy as well. I'm going to do the same thing with these buildings. Now I didn't draw the doors of these buildings because there's a bus in front of it. I tried to make all my windows a little bit different on each of the buildings. I even used 2 different types of windows on this building. I think maybe I should add some greenery too. So maybe there's a little bush in front of one of the buildings here. But I put it behind the stop sign. You can see I skipped my line when I ran around the stop sign. Maybe there's another bush over here. I can put a little potted plant here, a little flower. And some of these windows I could do curtains. I put some clouds in the sky to fill up my space a little bit more because it's really empty up here. Putting the clouds behind the building, that means when I come to the building, I just skip it. I use my imagination. I think my picture's pretty full. I don't have any big empty spaces. I have some different details, different buildings, and some things on the road. Once you're done, please make sure you write your name on the back.